Welcome to part 1 in a series of videos designed to show new players how to make millions of rubles in Tarkov. The first method of money making I'm going to show you is how to get the red keycard. Now the red keycard is worth around 22 million rubles, which is a lot of money. That's more than enough money to set up any player for the entire wipe. Now on screen you're going to see where you can find the red keycard. Now it does require one key, which is the West Wing 218, which is worth around 250,000 rubles. The reason the keycard is worth so much money is because it opens a room on labs that has a lot of rare loot spawns behind it. Bitcoins, pro kills, Tetrises, all those sort of things. Now the reason I don't recommend keeping the key for new players, I recommend they sell it and just get the 20 million straight up, is because to get into labs it requires a key card. Not the red key card, but a labs access card. And that access card is worth around 180,000 rubles. So to use the key card itself, you've got to buy this access card, which gets used up on entry. So you've got to get in there and get out with more than 180,000 rubles to make it profitable. That's not going to happen every run. It's a good card for people who are experienced in labs and can get in there and get out with all the good stuff. Now, another thing to be aware of is if you do come to sell it, you will be charged a small amount of money. Well, there's be about 1 million to 2 million, which is small when compared to the 20 million you'd be earning. And another thing is players have reported it taking over 300-400 runs of shoreline to find the key card. Now the next method of money making can be done alongside farming the red key card. It requires a bunch of keys, which will all be shown on the screen. Basically it'll pop up and tell you which room, and the keys are normally named the same as the room. So if it's like office 112, it'll be office 112. So for example, this room will spawn a blue key card, which I'm pretty confident is worth quite a bit of money. It's probably at least between 1 and 4 million, depending on the price fluctuation. Now, yeah, I'm going straight upstairs in this run, and I'm going to the safe. This one requires a key. The key can be found in the water tower of the weather station, so it's on the same map as this. Safes did get a bit of a buff. They're not the best loot though, so bear that in mind. Now this room I'm going in here, West Wing 220, can spawn a lot of good items. I've got bitcoins where this GP coin is. I've got bitcoins, I've got rollers, pretty much all rare loot spawn there. Now looting the weapons crates, probably not really worth it. The small money, it might be worth checking the medical spawns just in case there's a LEDX there, but I think medical crates and weapon crates, the time it takes to search them, not worth it. Right, in this room you see me scope in on that bathroom there, and RSAS can spawn on that crate, and then there's possible LEDX to spawn on these crates in here. Now they're all quite a bit of money. An RSAS can, at the start of a wipe, net you a lot of money because it gates a quest for mechanic. Now we're going to cross the room. We're going to cross the hallway to 216. Now this can spawn graphics cards. I think it can spawn LEDXs. Unfortunately it's not very profitable for me. Again, there's weapons crates in this room, but they're not really worth looting. The chance of getting something like a Reap IR or a Flea, which is gonna net you around 100,000 rubles, you may as well just get out and do another run. Now this I would just interlace with all the looking for the red key card. Some of them overlap quite well. Now 301 is a good room. I like this room. It's not hit very often. There's some loose spawns here which can be, I think I've got a Tetris from here before, but that was last wipe, so they might have changed that. On the bed there's a medical spawn. According to the wiki, it's a potential LEDX spawn, which is another million, which is a great little thing to find. I have found graphics cards on top of the computers, like on the table area and in the computers, so it's always worth looting computers, because they're always worth a potential spawn of a graphics card, which is nearly 300,000 rubles. So, I mean, you can't really pass up. Now, the two keys I didn't show in this one are these rooms on the right here. According to the Wikipedia, they are both potential LEDX spawns. They can join, so you only need one key, but they would be worth hitting as well. Now, straight down here, the room I'm going into now has rare loot spawns. Again, this first room is full of weapons crates. You could loot them if you wanted to. It's some extra money. But the idea for this run is to get as much in your Gamma container, or your Epsilon, or your Kappa as possible. So the cat spawn there, that's a rare loot spawn in that little wooden drawer on the bed. I've had bitcoins there before, they're not a problem. Now, going straight down here, again, on the left-hand side here, checking the keycard spawn, always worth checking. And then these rooms down here are good. They spawn graphics cards, LEDXs, and rare loot spawn. It's probably the best room in Shoreline, not including red keycard spawns. The LEDX should spawn on this area here, this little wardrobe bit. And in that first door we came in, directly in the right hand side, in the cardboard box in the bathroom area, is where the rare loot spawn would spawn. Again, I've had bitcoins there. Now there is another room on the left hand side here, I think it's this one, yep, which spawns a lot of weapon attachments. It's not a brilliant room, but it's a bit more money. In this room 310, it used to be one of the best rooms in the game. They nerfed it. Now you're lucky if you get a bitcoin. Used to be you could hit this room and come out with 2-3 bitcoins. Now this room here is full of computers, and apparently a LEDX spawn. I checked the wiki on all these. I'm not sure where the LEDX would spawn, probably on the desk. But again, computers always worth looting. And I believe there's a rare loot spawn in the drawer, or is it on the bed? On the bed, there we go. The gold chain there. Gold chains aren't bad. It's 30,000 rubles one slot value. Now with this room and the room next to it, you can just jump over this generator. You get AK-74 spawns in there. There's a medical crate. Now, according to the Wikipedia, these crates have like a 0.1% chance of spawning a LEDX. It's never happened to me before, but I also haven't looted a ton of them. Now, we're heading over to the back of the resort, the spa area. Reason being is there is a key spawn here worth quite a bit of money. There is also these rooms here, which are fantastic money rooms. Really good chance of graphics cards in this room, but Tetris as well. Again, any of the PCs can spawn a USB drive in the front as well, which is worth 60k. At the start of the right, when the gatekeeping skiers questline, they can be worth 500,000. Yeah, there's all these potential spawns as well in this room. Right, and then the room we're going into next, this table spawns loot, and then that on there spawns the 216 key. Metal cutting scissors right there, that's worth around about 20 grand, not 20 grand, 70 grand. Yeah, some of the spawns, because they're used with the hideout, they're worth quite a bit of money. Right, and then this room here, there is 5 computers in this room. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Might be 4, because there's one in the other room. Yes, there's one there. Now this one, you've got to really check the front, because if you only check the back like I'm doing here, you might miss a USB stick sticking out the front. Same with this one. The only issue is, very often you get sniped from the windows. another computer here. And now we're heading over to the other side, which does hold a key spawn as well. I can't remember which key at the moment, but it's worth checking. I think it's a very expensive one. Should just spawn right here in this little metal locker. And then finally we've got another safe in this back room which requires a key. I've yet to find this key, but also there is 3 sets of filing cabinets. The next method is to kill a Scaf boss. Now I picked Killer because I believe Killer to be the easiest Scaf boss to kill in terms of PvE content, because he doesn't have any guards, he's just by himself. However, when it comes to the fact that there might be PvP players hanging about, he's probably the worst because of the new quest to kill him 100 times. But he is still worth, he's probably worth the least amount of money, with him only being the one. Now here you see on screen, these are all pretty much vendor prices, except the ammunition and the grenades. But the thing about Killer is you're getting a lot of, what you need to realise is he's always, well, most times he's using 7N39, which is a very strong 545 ammunition, but it's worth about 700 rubles a piece. And you can in fact get a red keycard off Killer. There was a post on the Reddit about it. So you see on the left here, this is how much it's worth, and how much you're going to make, about 886,000 rubles. Now you can get more for the armor on a vendor, on the flea market, so that price is about the bare minimum of what you're going to make. And that's it for this video. I hope you tune in for the other videos to see more ways to make money in Tarkov. I don't think there's anyone in the game that couldn't do with more money. Well, I mean, there's some people with 100 millions, but that's them, not us. Thank you for watching.